And after a short break, we're back, and there's a carnival in Nashkel. So we're going to go visit it. It's not the happiest carnival in the world because there's an iron crisis and bandits and all sorts of other trouble. So it's not the greatest of times, but apparently it's just going on. So we'll go see what's happening out here. The area itself is actually quite large. The carnival itself only takes up about half of the map. If you walk around, you can find some kobolds and other things chilling, but we're not really interested in them right now. The first thing you'll see really is this wizard here. There are some other cool little encounters and stuff, such as this guy that comes by and reads a bit of a poem, and some other little bits here and there if you just talk to the random people. But I'm going to leave that up to your imagination. So this wizard summons an ogre who then explodes, called Oompa, and there's explosion number 1. I ask him to see it again, and he explodes again. Pop. And one more time, and Oompa won't want to blow up this time, so he goes into a mad rage and attacks. So we'll have a legit ogre fight here. See how it goes. I forgot that Emmowen was out of arrows. And we level up. Emmowen does. She was going to barehand that ogre to death. That bit of an inventory quirk happened because she had recently died and I forgot to re-equip her. Oh well. Slight oversight. I'm mainly going to focus her on opening locks and finding traps. Just because you have no idea how annoying finding traps is so important. You gotta have somebody to do it. Especially when you play on Insane and have traps basically one-shot every character in the game. That was an even level for her. I know 2nd edition there's not really the greatest of justification for alternating levels, but as far as the purposes of this Let's Play, every odd level I'm gonna turn the difficulty down so that they get max HP. That way I don't get punished by having rolled 1s over and over. This guy tries to swindle you into buying a potion. His potions are questionable at best. I would not... I mean, it's something you could try, but I don't guarantee results. We get the access grid to the Nashkel Mines. This guy comes and chats with us. He tells you basically no one's at the carnival because life is crap and everybody's either dead or working in the mines. And that's unfortunate. See what we can do to fix that in a little bit. First, we're going to enjoy the carnival. Now you go in this tent, and this tent can prove to be a difficult tent. So we'll see how it goes for us. This guy tells you that if you don't leave right now, he's going to kill that woman. If you say what I say here, you'll get to the last word. I decide ultimately to have him kill her because I want her gear. So, such is life, right? And there he goes. She's dead. Pop. And we'll just do the usual thing that we do when we fight mages, which is try and hit them with a lot of early damage to prevent their mirror images from going off. And we're successful. He's taking a lot of damage. So fight going pretty well right now. And there he goes. He's dead. And we get all of his goodies, which is a robe, some spell scrolls, some money. And then she's got a bunch of different potions and money. So, all in all, a good deal. Nothing useful in there. And a book. We'll take the throwing daggers, because I kind of got Rasad doing that because he's so squishy right now. And I imagine will continue to be squishy until he gets himself sorted out. with some AC bracers or something. Those two big tents I'm avoiding because one, a guy just steals 100 gold from you and runs off, and if you don't kill him in time, you're screwed. These different tents sell goods to you. This guy's the magic tent, so you may want to like keep this in mind because he's got a couple decentish items and some of the different protection scrolls. And this is a pretty good spot to get them early in the game, depending on where you're going to go. The rest of the tents... Oh, got a little render error there. The rest of the tents aren't particularly special. It's just different items. Really the only thing that you could get out of this guy is if you were a throwing axe user and you had bought all the throwing axes that are located anywhere else. This guy does armor, I'm pretty sure. No, he does similar things. We're going to buy up a bunch of his darts. He also has Arrow of Piercing, which is really nice if you end up having way too much money and you don't know what to do with it. We're going to buy a bunch of darts and daggers for Rasad just so that he can do something. Because he's proficient with them, but I don't have any points invested in them for him. So, such is life, I guess. Maybe if he levels up. He comes at level 2, or at least I got him when he was level 2, so it'll be a little while before that happens. Then you go in this big tent here, and there's another, and I believe he just sells armor, if I remember correctly. Yeah, just armor, and no magical armor at that, so it's really nothing useful. Unless you just haven't got any armor yet. And then we'll show one more thing just for funsies at the carnival. There's a little jousting arena over there. But there's no people jousting right now. And then you'll see a bunch of these tents. Talk to this guy. Those halfling fools. So he talks about Gullikin, which is a halfling village that you'll find. And we'll go there later in the Let's Play. Once we kind of get our feet about us. If you go in this tent, you find a bunch of people that are basically just knocked out on heroin. And that's apparently all there is to do at the carnival, really. Besides watch Oompa explode, and we just ruined that form of entertainment. The other thing that you can do here is there's a statue, and if you turn the statue in using a stone to flesh scroll, you'll get a cleric named Branwarren, who's a pretty good cleric option for a neutral or good party. Since I'm a cleric, we're not going to bother with her. And now, just to tidy things up, we still have that quest to do regarding the spiders. So we're going to go ahead and travel on up to the Friendly Arm Inn. I noticed that I had forgotten to do that, and now Rasad says something.
It seems so long ago that I first joined the Order. Thinking of those days revives fond memories, even as it reminds me of those precious things I have lost. My mother gave up her own life to give life to me. Without her help, my father struggled to raise me and my older brother Kamaz. Life in Calamport is hard for those not born and bred in privilege. When he could no longer pay his rising debts, my father was condemned to the arena of freedom, where he fought and died for the entertainment of the people. His death left Kamaz and me to scratch out a life upon the streets. We helped each other as best we could, begging, serving, yes, sometimes stealing. One day, Kamaz was caught with his hand upon the purse of San Solomon. Rather than punish us, the monk brought us to the monastery, where we were bathed, fed, and clothed as initiates. From that day forward, we learned the mysteries of Selune and trained our bodies, minds, and spirits to spread her light to others. Indeed, Selune blessed Kamaz and me the day we met that monk. From that day forward, the light of the goddess brightened our existence. How may I enlighten you? While divided by distance and allegiance to 3 different gods, the various sects of the Order of the Sun Soul cooperate across Faerun. When the sect in Athkatla ceased responding to messages, my masters in Kalamport sent 10 monks to investigate. Gamaz and I were among those chosen to set sail for Arm. We found the monastery abandoned. The nearby residents we questioned about the mystery changed the subject or fled. For weeks, we continued to investigate. At last, through stealth, subterfuge, and patience, we began to overhear rumors that agents of Shah, the mistress of the night, had murdered all the Sun Soul monks in Athkatla. The local residents feared Shah too much to speak with us. But again and again, we overheard one name uttered in fearful whispers. Alaboth. Who he is, what he did to the monks in Athkatla, or where he has gone, I cannot say. The trail is lost, unless I stumble across the name Alaboth again one day. How may I enlighten you?
So that's a bit more of Rasad's story. It's pretty interesting. I don't really know that much about Faerun, and so here's where we're back at the guy, and we're just gonna get our various rewards and then bounce. I've always really liked the way the sort of living area in here looked too. So you've got to talk to him multiple times and give him each little item, which is sort of forgiving if you happen to have lost or forgotten bits of the items that they want. And there we go. We get our oodles of XP and a couple coins here and there. And while we're here, we're going to check out what they've got at the inn again. Since we got enough money, we'll just see if there's anything I would like to have. We'll also kind of stock up and rest. There's really nothing, so we're going to bounce and head on back to Nashkel. And get ready to do... Oh, we're waylaid. So there are hobgoblins everywhere. I'm worried about these hobgoblins because some of them are using bows, and I have 2 people that don't wear armor. Yeah, there's Nira getting hurt. Gonna try and heal her up real quick. We lucked out. She didn't die. Now we'll focus these guys out, fighting in little groups. And we survived a pretty sizable hobgoblin fight without losing anybody, so that's a little bit on the surprising side. Especially with how many archers there were. So that's going to help our gold count a bit. And also keep us stocked up on arrows. I've noticed that they haven't done the stacks thing with the arrows. They're still in the old stacks. You'll never find a guy with more than 20. So, but oh well, you know. Random encounters are random encounters. They don't need a crap